Welcome back. This is a narrative of Bethany Veney, an enslaved woman. I have but little recollection of my very early life. My mother and her 5 children are owned by James Fletcher from Page County, Virginia. Of my father, I know nothing. The first thing I remember with any distinctness was when, about 7 years old, I was with other children knocking apples from a tree. We were surprised by our young mistress, Miss Nath Fletcher, calling to us in a loud and threatening voice, demanding what we were doing. Without waiting for a reply, she told us to follow her, and she led us down to a blackberry pasture not far off. She endeavored in a solemn manner to impress us with the importance of always telling the truth. If asked a question, she said, we must answer directly, yes or no. I asked her what we must say if we asked something we did not know. She answered, why, you must say you don't know, of course. I said I shall say. Maybe tits, maybe tain't. I remember well how the children laughed at this, and then Miss Nath went on to tell us that sometime all of this world that we saw would be burned up, that the moon would be turned into blood, the stars would fall out of the sky, and everything would melt away with a great heat, and that everybody, every little child that had told a lie, would be cast into a lake of fire and brimstone and would burn there forever and ever. And what was more, though they were burned forever and ever, they would never be burned up. Kind of self-righteous Christianity that magnifies the speck in their pressed eyes while tripping over the plank in yours. Are you worried about children lying or about being an enslaver? Continue. I was dreadfully frightened, and as soon as I could get away, I ran to my mammy, and repeating what mistress had said, begged to know if it could be true. Thank God, mistress can be a liar. To my great sorrow, she confirmed it, but added what Miss Nath had failed to do, namely, that those who told the truth and were good would always have everything they should want. It seemed to me that there was nothing so good as molasses and sugar, and I eagerly asked, shall I have all the molasses and sugar I want if I tell the truth? Yes, she replied, if you're good. But remember, if you tell lies, you will be burned in the lake that burns forever and ever. This kind of enslaver theology, it tells you that people who are good get the things they want and people who are bad don't. So confirming that, hey, the enslaved are getting what they deserve. Meanwhile, the evil people who are enslaving them are really good. This is brainwashing. This made a very strong impression upon me. I never forget my mommy's manner at the time. I believed every word she said, and from that day to this, I've never doubted the truth. So I'm going to stop here. Thank you so much for listening.